The rain wasn't letting up, and my headlights were just cutting tunnels in a wall of water. I'd been driving for 10 hours, and the exhaustion was making the road swim. When I saw the flickering neon sign for the Nightfall Motel just off the interstate, I didn't think twice. It was the kind of place you see in movies, a single L-shaped strip of doors under a long, sagging roof. The lobby smelled of stale coffee and industrial cleaner. The clerk, an elderly man with tired eyes, didn't speak. He simply slid a key attached to a heavy plastic fob across the counter. Room 11. As he did, he tapped a small framed sign next to the cash register. It was a list typed on a faded index card. Rules for a restful stay. Do not acknowledge any whispering from the air conditioner. If the television turns on by itself, unplug it immediately and open the bathroom door. The lock on your door has a deadbolt. Use it. The management is not responsible for the chain. Do not look at the parking lot through the peephole after midnight. Check under the bed once. If you feel the need to check again, leave the room at once. A weird joke, I thought. A bit of kitschy horror for the highway travelers. I took the pee and slogged through the downpour to room 11. The room was exactly what I expected. Thin floral blankets, a painting of a sad boat, and a deep, pervasive smell of mildew under the lemon-scented spray. The air conditioner unit under the window rattled and hissed. I dumped my bag, used the deadbolt like the rules said, and fell onto the bed, asleep almost before my head hit the pillow. I was jolted awake hours later by a sudden silence. The rattling hiss of the AC had stopped. In the new quiet, I heard it. A faint, rhythmic whispering, sibilant and metallic, coming directly from the vent. Out now. It was just the wind, I told myself, my skin crawling. Rule 1 flashed in my mind. I didn't acknowledge it. I just pulled the pillow over my head. 10 minutes later, the television blared to life with a burst of static snow and a deafening volume. I yelped, fumbling for the lamp. The blue light lit up the room. Remembering Rule 2, I scrambled to the wall, yanked the TV plug from the socket, and stumbled to the bathroom, flinging the door open. The bathroom was pitch black. A wave of cold, damp air rolled out, carrying that wet soil smell from the lobby. I quickly closed the door, my heart hammering. This wasn't a joke anymore. I was fully awake now, every nerve on edge. I looked at the digital clock, 12:07 a.m., Rule 4. A morbid, irresistible curiosity pulled me to the door. I leaned in, putting my eye to the peephole. The parking lot was washed in the sickly yellow of the sodium lights. The rain had stopped. My car was alone. And standing perfectly still in the center of the empty lot, facing my door, was the old clerk. He was staring directly at the peephole, as if he knew I was looking. He wasn't blinking, and he was smiling a wide, empty smile that showed too many teeth. I jerked back from the door, a cold terror seizing my chest. That's when I heard it. A soft, dry rustle from under the bed. The sound of fabric or paper shifting. My breath caught. I had checked under the bed once when I came in. It was just dusty emptiness. Rule 5 screamed in my head. If you feel the need to check again, leave at once. I didn't need to check again. I needed to leave. I grabbed my bag, my fingers fumbling with the deadbolt. I didn't dare look back. I threw the door open and sprinted to my car, not caring about the key or my belongings. I didn't look at the parking lot. I just drove, the tires screeching on the wet asphalt, not stopping until I hit the bright lights of a 24-hour gas station 20 miles down the interstate. I never called the motel. I never asked for my things. I just drove home in a shaken haze. Weeks later, trying to put it behind me, I made the mistake of looking the Nightfall Motel up online. It had no website, just a dusty listing on a travel forum. The most recent post, from over a year ago, was a single question from a user named Passing Through. It read, "Stayed in room 11. What's with the weird rule list? The previous tenant left a notebook under the bed. Should I hand it in?" There were no replies. The thread was locked. But below it, the forum's automated system had generated related links. One was a brief, 2-line police blotter entry from the local county paper, dated 6 months after that post. It read, "Missing person report filed for a highway traveler. Vehicle found abandoned near the interstate. Personal effects recovered from registered room at a local motel. Investigation ongoing." The room number wasn't listed, but I know. I never wrote down the rules. I didn't have to. I remember every word. And sometimes, when my own house is too quiet at night, and the furnace kicks on with a hiss, I'll hear rhythm in the noise. And I have to fight the urge, the terrible, compelling urge, to get down on my knees and look under the bed.